All right, fight fans, get ready to rumble. Welcome to the Crypto Judo Arena. Today, we've got a real main event brewing.
Oh, yeah. Let's match up.
It's a clash of crypto titans, the meme coin maestros. In this corner, Fartcoin.
Okay. Fartcoin. Got it. And the opponent.
In the other corner, bringing a, let's say, different kind of energy, TITCOIN.
Wow. Okay. Fartcoin versus TITCOIN. We really dove into the depths for this one, didn't we?
We absolutely did. And forget the usual deep dive stuff for a second. No complex charts today.
Right. This is about what? The names? The hype?
Exactly. Bizarre names, viral potential, the sheer, wildness of meme coins. You've heard the buzz, maybe friends talking about huge gains.
Ah, the classic FOMO, fear of missing out. It hits hard in crypto.
It really does. So beyond the noise, what's really going on with Fartcoin and TITCOIN? Let's kick things off with Fartcoin, the AI one.
Right. The AI origin. Fartcoin, ticker Fartcoin. Launched on Solana, was it October last year? Something like that.
Yeah, around then. And the story is just, well, it's something. Conceived by an AI agent. Terminal of truths.
Developed by Andy Uri, yeah. And the AI's reasoning is fascinating.
It is. Shock value, basically. Get people talking.
And it even picked Solana.
Yeah.
For the low fees. It's like weirdly strategic for such a silly concept.
Totally. And people definitely started talking. Its market performance has been, well, volatile. Huge ups, huge downs.
But it hit some serious numbers, right? Market cap near $1 billion. Maybe even over.
Reportedly, yeah.
Huh.
Right now, looking at CoinMarketCap, it's ranked around, what, hashtag 65. Market cap about $1.26 billion, price around 1.277. But, that could change in an instant. Highly speculative.
Absolutely. And the tokenomics? Anything interesting there?
Cap supply, 1 billion tokens total. And there's mention of deflationary stuff like token burns.
Okay. Burning tokens to reduce supply. Pretty standard playbook for some coins.
Yeah.
And where can people trade it?
Exchanges like MEXC, Gate.io, KuCoin have it listed. So relatively easy to find if you're looking.
And the team behind it, besides the AI, I mean.
Mostly anonymous, which, is pretty common for meme coins. It conceptually links back to the AI and Andy Uri, but there's likely a core team somewhere.
But the real driving force isn't the founders, is it? It's the community.
Oh, 100%. That's the cornerstone. Descriptions are always like vibrant, strong, active, super enthusiastic.
Especially on places like X, Reddit, TikTok, right? That's where the meme magic happens.
Exactly. It's all user-generated stuff. Jokes, memes, lighthearted content. I even read they sometimes reward contributors with tokens or NFTs.
NFTs too. Interesting. So digital collectibles tied to Fartcoin?
Seems like it.
Yeah.
And the marketing. Just lean into the absurdity.
Like the hot air rises thing.
Yeah. That influencer mentioned. It's just the sheer ridiculousness of a coin named Fartcoin.
Less
Interactive bits.
interactive how?
Like digital fart sounds when you make a transaction. Collectible NFTs, maybe even holder voting down the line. They run contests too. Meme contests, NFT drops, AMAs.
It's really quite something. An intentionally absurd concept born from an AI gets this much market attention. It just shows the power of internet culture, doesn't it?
It really does. It's less about utility, more about the meme, the shared joke.
Okay, so that's Fartcoin. What about the other contender, Kitcoin?
Right, TITCOIN. Ticker TET coin. Also on Solana, pitched as community-driven.
And it had a fair launch, supposedly, via pump fund.
Yeah, that's the description. And liquidity apparently locked on Radium, which is, meant to build a bit of trust, stops immediate rug pulls, theoretically.
And its mission statement. I remember reading that. It's memorable.
Female empowerment and celebrating women's bodies and shapes. That's the stated goal.
Quite a pivot from Fartcoin's theme, trying to tie a meme to a social cause, almost.
Definitely a different angle. Let's look at the numbers. CoinMarketCap shows price around 4 cents, 0.04106. Market cap about $39-40 million. Trading volume around $10.7 million in 24 hours.
And listed where? Besides Radium.
Meteora, BVOX, LBank, and Kraken, actually. Getting Kraken is pretty significant for a coin like this.
Yeah, that suggests broader reach tokenomics.
Circulating supply is most of the total, around 964 million out of a billion max supply. Total supply is just under a billion right now.
And a roadmap. Any grand plans listed?
Not specifically on CoinMarketCap, which, again, for meme coins isn't always the focus. It's more about the now, the hype, the community.
Makes sense. Founders, also anonymous.
Seems that way. Not publicly disclosed. And it's important, like you said, to differentiate this from the original TITCOIN, the TIT1 from like 2014, that had known founders, different chain, different everything. This is the Solana version.
Got it. So this newer TITCOIN is trying this blend, Meme coin mechanics with a social empowerment narrative. It's an interesting strategy, potentially controversial, but interesting.
For sure. And community is key here, too. It's called community-driven and organic meme coin. They talk about a growing holder base, even whale accumulation.
Whales buying in. So big money investors are taking notice.
Apparently so. They're definitely leveraging meme culture, but adding this layer, this theme of female empowerment, however people interpret that.
CoinMarketCap Academy described it as mixing nostalgia with a vibrant community
Right.
and bringing fun, irreverence, and community vibes.
Yeah, and its utility, such as it is for a meme coin, is basically community building and maybe some social commentary. It definitely has an active following.
So connecting this to the bigger picture, this attempt to attach a theme, a social one, to a meme coin,
Yeah.
it's a distinct approach to building that narrative and community vibe, different from just pure absurdity.
Okay, prediction time. The FOMO face-off. We asked our sources, ChatGPT and Claude, which coin they thought would generate more fear of missing out. And the answers were different.
Different.
Well, ChatGPT leaned towards TITCOIN, gave it 58% FOMO potential versus 42% for Fartcoin, maybe thinking the provocative angle wins.
Interesting. And Claude.
Claude went the other way, big time. Fartcoin at 65%, TITCOIN only 35%. Claude seemed to think the universal humor of Fartcoin and maybe lower censorship risk gave it the edge.
Wow, okay. That really shows how subjective this all is. So let's break down why people might jump in or stay away based on what the sources suggested.
Right. For Fartcoin, the ape-in factors were things like, universal toilet humor, big potential on TikTok, Reddit, that lowbrow appeal, maybe even hoping Elon Musk tweets about it someday.
The classic Elon wildcard. And the reasons to pass.
Too juvenile, maybe.
Yeah.
Not sexy enough for the real crypto digens, perhaps not enough big influencer hype yet, limited utility or merch. Serious investors might just laugh it off, and the name itself could be too silly for some exchanges.
Okay. Makes sense. And for TITCOIN, why ape-in?
Well, the sources pointed to the obvious. Sex appeal, classic Degen appeal, maybe an edgy forbidden fruit vibe, easy clickbait potential too.
And the downsides. The reasons to pass.
Huge censorship risk, obviously. Could be seen as tasteless or sexist. Zero actual utility beyond the name. Content restrictions online. Might alienate conservative investors or even some exchanges. Claude also flagged regulatory risk.
Yeah, that's a big one. The theme walks a fine line. Though Claude also mentioned potential angles like linking to breast cancer awareness or the explicit identity creating a stronger niche community, appealing to certain demographics or edgy investors.
Right. So when you look at the typical retail mindset for meme coins, what drives them?
It often comes down to pretty simple things, doesn't it? The vibes. The memes, how funny and shareable are they? The moon potential, can this thing 100x? Morality, simplicity of the name, and just wanting to be early, get in before the crowd.
So for you listening,
Yeah.
think about it. Which narrative resonates more in this crazy space? The pure absurdity of Fartcoin, or a more provocative, maybe problematic, but definitely attention-grabbing TITCOIN?
It really poses that question, like, what kind of memeability and story actually sticks? Is it the laugh-out-loud funny? Or the edgy and thematic? The market will ultimately decide which narrative captures and keeps the most attention.
And we absolutely have to mention the common ground here, the battlefield for this crash.
Ah, yes, the blockchain itself.
Both Fartcoin and this specific TITCOIN we're discussing are built on Solana.
Absolutely key point. Solana has become a real hotspot for meme coins, hasn't it? Known for its speed, lower fees compared to, say, Ethereum historically.
Yeah, that makes it attractive for these kinds of fast-moving, community-heavy projects. Lots of activity there.
Definitely. It's a platform enabling a lot of this dynamism.
So as we wrap up this crypto judo battle in the Wild West of meme coins, remember, Solana, it's undeniably one of the hottest platforms in crypto right now, hosting exactly these kinds of, well, surprising digital assets.
So recapping the Fartcoin versus TITCOIN deep dive, we've seen AI absurdity clash with themed controversy, both fueled by internet culture, memes, and community hype.
But please remember, everyone, these are meme coins, highly speculative, super risky, the volatility is off the charts. Don't bet the farm.
Wise words. And maybe a final thought for you to chew on. Considering these two strategies, pure absurdity versus edgy theme, which do you think actually has more staying power in the long run?
Yeah, and what does the answer tell us about where digital assets might be heading? Something to ponder.
Definitely food for thought. It's a fascinating space.
It certainly is.